Yeah.
Look at us, anti-Erika stands. And we are listening to our song.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, maybe move up a little.
Which way do I?
To the left. To the left. To the left.
This one?
Everything on in the box.
Oh! Bars! Okay. That's serious talent.
It was all about the Ice Queen, Erika Jane, but what nobody said to her is that her face has been melting. Hey guys, it's Rhobh and Rolly. Hope you guys are doing well today. I'm back at it again with Real Housewives reunion review with Jen. Jen has returned on my channel and she is serving, as we can see. And we have a lot to get into when it comes to this reunion because it was an absolute mess. Like, it could have been really and truly just 2 parts. I didn't need 4 parts.
I'm not satisfied.
I think they dragged this out of 4 parts because a New York reunion was cancelled and they want to make some kind of coin. That's why I think Potomac is 4 parts as well. Because there was no reunion.
I think Potomac is 4 parts because Nikki.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
This could have been 3 for sure. Yeah, I felt.
Oh, you know for your gift.
You did?
Oh wait, I forgot to tell you. I mean, it's not a baby gift, but.
Oh my god! Thank you!
Swiss chocolate.
Chocolate.
I just came back from Switzerland.
Oh my god, I'm gonna eat all of it.
Like, how could you not give friends Swiss chocolate if you come back from
This is
Switzerland?
so nice. Thank you so much.
It's actually very good.
Oh my god, thank you so much.
The way I just literally realised that right now. I didn't tell you before and you've been here for a bit.
I'm gonna eat it after this.
I mean, she ate this, so... Okay, I don't even know where to begin with this. I just feel like it was just a mess. We don't need 4 parts for this reunion.
No, it could have been 3. I felt unsatisfied,
Very
unsatiated.
Ooh,
at the
unsatiated.
end.
Come on, vocab.
Like, literally, the episode ended when Andy said, "Oh, we're gonna come back with our final thoughts."
That was dumb.
I was like, "What? Like, that's it? That's all I'm getting?" Like, I thought part 4 was gonna
Explosive.
be explosive and revealing, and all she did was talk about things that she has already said during the season.
Exactly.
There's no new information.
The entire 4 parts was about Erika. There wasn't much. There wasn't much on anything else.
Kathy didn't say a word.
15 minutes on Kathy and Kyle on their sister situation. 10 minutes on the Lisa Rinna situation that nobody really cared for and asked for. Everything else was just based on Erika's and the lawyers. And yes, she carried the season with Sutton and their beef and whatever. But I didn't need to be 4 parts. I feel like this latter part was meant to be explosive, as we just said, but it wasn't. It was boring, undervalued, underplayed, and I do feel like nobody is really matching Erika's energy, and it kind of bothers me because I felt like I wanted Sutton to come a little bit stronger. She did more this part than any other parts. And yes, she called her a liar. And yes, I agree that Erika was being duplicitous and that was pretending to be a friend for a minute but wasn't, and therefore was lying about the whole situation. But there were many lies that wasn't brought up. One lie is that she knew about the LA Times article before it was being released.
You think so?
Yeah, it even said in the article, or I read somewhere, don't count me on this, but hopefully you guys can back me up on this, just like Erika said it.
Well, somebody please back me the fuck up on what I'm saying.
Legally, they have to tell the person.
Okay.
So I think she knew 48 hours before, but she acted like she didn't, and nobody called her out on that. I feel like there were so many potholes in her story, but nobody called her out on any of that.
Definitely.
It's bizarre. And these tears and her crying, I don't have sympathy for you. There are plane crash victims that we're talking about. People who've lost mothers, children, siblings, haven't got their money, they're broke, and this girl wants to be crying even though she's getting paid over $500,000 from this damn show. Cut the BS. Get the fuck out of here. I'm so sorry. I hate the sympathy crap, and nobody called her out on it. I feel like Lisa Rinna and Kyle and Dorit definitely pre-planned with her before they even stepped foot on the stage. Especially Lisa Rinna. If Lisa Rinna admitted to the reunion that she spoke to Erika before going into a dinner, admitting that Sutton had this kind of gathering, and I'm pretty sure they talked a lot beforehand and planned everything as well. So I'm just sick of them all. Crystal just pisses me off by each episode. I feel like she's just her silence and her choice to be silent is irritating. I spoke about this a lot in my last reunion review last week, where, you know, I do feel like she wants to cry racism, which I think is true, and I think the Asian hate is definitely true, but when it comes to her peer Garcelle going through stuff on the show related to race, she's very quiet. She doesn't back anybody up, and I feel like it comes across quite fake and duplicitous to me, and I just feel like I'm over her, and she lives up Erika's ass. And it's just annoying. She has all this energy for Sutton, and you're an inappropriate, awkward person, all this crap, but when Erika wants to bite your head off, you're quiet. Nobody matches her energy, and it's annoying. Give her through the Atlanta girls, Potomac girls, it should be eaten up alive. The New York girls will eat up alive, and I'm over it. I feel like I don't want to see this cast next year, but they're already filming.
Right.
I just don't want to see a cast where nobody can match Erika's energy. For her running the circus, it's annoying, man.
Everyone's very intimidated by her.
Yeah, it's
no
so
one really
annoying.
speaks up to her. Like Lisa was just totally up her ass, and that was one thing that I was kind of surprised to hear, is that Lisa, I mean, I assumed, of course, that Lisa warned her about everything, but then and openly admitting that Lisa is just literally her minion, like tells her everything, is so on her side, like looking out for her.
Management team. So I think that
she's like so protective of her, but it's like it almost makes things biased because
it's just all about a false sense of morality. I'm glad that Andy Cohen called her out a lot on the fact that, you can't be the one talking about how bad it is to talk about somebody's back. You've done it to Yolanda, you've done it to Kim, you've done it to Denise. So for her, you can't play this morality game and suddenly you're wrong and you feel bad about everything, therefore we have to move on about it. I feel like she's the queen of taking fake accountability, and it's so annoying. I'm glad that she was called out for hypocrisy, but at the same time, I don't know why she's here on the show.
I think it is clear that Erika and her are very good friends, and her actions are because that is her best friend, and those other people who she did those fucked up things to, she didn't consider herself as close to those people. But yeah, it is like she's not consistent, and yeah.
She's not consistent at all. And I'm just kind of over it. I'm glad that Sutton was kind of, going back and forth with Erika a little bit. As I said, there's been a slightly improvement. But to be honest with you, what can we speak about with this reunion that we haven't seen in the last 3 parts?
Yeah, they didn't really get into the Sutton versus Erika thing. And I think that's because they could just tell that Erika was not, going to come to any sort of resolution with it.
She wasn't.
Sutton was very timid. She just kind of sat and listened and had this like frown look on her face, which is fair. Like, I get that. If someone's that aggressive and irrational, you kind of do back down because you're just kind of like, what? There's no like communication with this person. Like, what are you going to do? You kind of just have to sit and watch. But I wish that people backed up Sutton more. I feel like they really threw her under the bus. Like, as soon as that conversation came up, everyone goes, it's all on camera. It's all on camera. Like, no one was backing Sutton up whatsoever, and I don't think that was fair. But it's not going to change.
And the fact that everybody's coming back, we're going to get the same energy next year. And I feel like Crystal's only going to be part of this clan of Lisa and Kyle and whatever. That's where she's going to fit in. And I'm glad that Garcelle was very much like, why did I get called a bully but not Erika, for how she was treated. And when Garcelle said that she absolutely agreed with that, Erika didn't say anything back to her, which I found interesting. She kept very quiet when it comes to that. But I'm glad that Garcelle also said to Erika, you didn't apologize to Sutton for threatening her. And for Sutton to even get security for a week or so. And then Erika was like, me threatening you was about something else, not about this and whatever.
Oh, that was so weird.
It was so weird.
Like, the way she tried to spin that didn't make sense. And it wasn't true. Like, no, you did threaten her. Like, you scared her. And then you tried to act like it was, oh no, I was just saying, like, if you're not here for me this season, next season when it's your turn, I won't be there for you. But that's not what that was. You were trying to intimidate her, scare her. You were trying to imply that something bad was going to happen to her.
Most definitely. Then you want to backtrack and pretend it's about something else.
Yeah, I just don't buy what she's selling.
I don't think anybody is, which is why she made no money being Erika Jayne. Well,
I've heard some people say that after the reunion, they kind of see Erika in a different light and they kind of understand where she's coming from.
Yeah, objectively, she did perform well. She didn't back down.
It all seems very calculated to me.
Yeah.
And yeah, as you said, I just can't empathize with her.
Nope.
You're crying when there's people whose lives have been completely destroyed. They thought they were going to get some sort of compensation for what they had gone through because of your husband's, defending them and getting them these settlements. And these people have not seen a dime. And the thing is from what I've heard, is the creditors get paid first. So American Express, these different lending companies, because he also owes a lot of lending companies millions of dollars as well. And those organizations are going to get paid out before the victims do. The victims are really at
the bottom.
So
They're not going to get their money. I don't see them getting their money.
I don't know if they will get any money either. But it's like, how are you sitting here crying when there's people who, like, their whole lives, she says her life was destroyed. The only thing, I mean, yeah, sure, your marriage of whatever 20 plus years has come to an end, but your marriage was basically an arrangement for you to live this lavish lifestyle, and now you can't live this she still is living this lavish lifestyle. But it's like, you're not the real victim here, so I just can't empathize with her tears. And also,
nobody dragged her for this. It's just so annoying.
I know.
Because they dragged Denise through thick and thin for some stuff about her not telling everyone not to be prude around kids and whatever, and all that stuff. Lisa Rinna especially, they all dragged her through the mud as if she murdered somebody.
Yeah.
And when it comes to genuinely somebody about crash plane victims and her being so defensive and threatening people to their faces, everybody was quiet. This is what I need.
Everyone's scared of her.
Like, the fact that they move so differently with Erika pisses me off the more I think about it, because it's going to be the same energy for the next season. We need somebody to match Erika's energy.
Exactly.
That's
we
what
need someone who isn't scared of her and is going to call her out on her bullshit and take her down.
We need somebody to run the girls, because nobody's really done it, to be honest with you. I feel like Kyle, I don't know, man. I know you like Kyle.
It used to be Lisa. Lisa
Vanderpump has actually
the one that
was toe-to-toe, not toe-to-toe, but she wouldn't back down from Erika.
Maybe if Kathy steps up, because all of them, like even Erika goes
status.
quiet.
Yeah, when Kathy speaks. Kathy will never speak up.
Everyone respects Kathy. Like, if Kathy just turned on Erika or actually called her out on her shit,
everybody would follow.
But she hasn't.
And Dorit would be following her like a clown.
Kathy doesn't go against Erika.
I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know why either.
I don't understand. Yeah. We need someone who is going to be willing to step up and speak against Erika, because right now she is the head bitch in charge around here, and
it's annoying though, because it's like, she's not that scary or intimidating. That's the police on the way to arrest her now. Somebody come arrest her.
She's all bark and no bite, as they say.
All bark and no bite. Exactly. Even the cast herself. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know what else to add to this reunion, apart from the fact that I think that the season was great and stellar, but I feel like the reunion 4 parts were absolutely pathetic. They lied to us. They didn't need to be 4 parts. Could have been 2 parts, realistically speaking. And I feel like Erika within herself had all of these calculated responses. Didn't back down. Okay, great from her part objectively, but at the end of the day, I'm not buying into her crap. And I feel like there are definitely lies and potholes in that story, and everybody's too scared to really analyze it. Garcelle, had a little bit of energy. Sutton as well, and I'm glad that they both did. But realistically speaking, I wanted somebody to really go in on her, and nobody did, because I would have lectured the damn hell out of that woman. Oof, there's so much you could have said.
Her story doesn't add up, though.
None of it adds up.
The timing of her divorce is so convenient. Like, you literally file for divorce. A few weeks later, this LA Times article comes out. All these lawsuits are made super public. It's like, the timing of that is way too convenient for you to just have decided that you were unhappy in the marriage, and so you wanted to file for divorce. That's impossible.
The divorce seemed like a sham to me.
What was coming?
Yeah, the divorce seems like a sham to me.
And the lawsuits had been going on for a while. She was named on the lawsuits. She was being alerted. So she knew something was coming. And I'm sure all of it played into, like when Garcelle said to Erika, "Oh, did you have a heads up? Is that why you filed for divorce?" And she looked at her like bold face. No. Yes, you did. There's no way that you didn't. Like, that, the timing is just way too convenient.
It's way too convenient, especially with this Tom and his, Alzheimer's and the conditions that he has, and him being in a conservatorship. It's all too convenient, because he wasn't like that a couple years ago.
I don't know if Tom has dementia.
Dementia and Alzheimer's.
It's possible at his age.
No, it's definitely possible. And the gradual decline, I understand, because my grandmother has it as well, so I can see that. However, for it all to perfectly align to the point of a divorce, and it just becomes too convenient and too much of a coincidence. Something along the lines doesn't fit with it.
He did look bad when they put up that image of Tom.
He did look bad.
He did.
But when they interviewed him, what did he say about, did Erika know? And he's like, I think he did.
I think she did.
And all she can say is, he's not mentally well and whatever, therefore it doesn't matter. Anyways, Any more points? Because I want to wrap this up because I'm so over this reunion. It's just dragged for a month. We're free from the shackles of this flipping reunion. I'm so over it.
Oh, just one thing that bothered me was how she has had a full glam squad this whole season.
Exactly.
When it's like Kyle is so rich, she doesn't have glam. So it's like if you have all these like financial problems, you're being sued. It's like cut down on your expenses. Why do you have a full glam squad everywhere you go? Like that stuff costs thousands of dollars. Like, so that's just something that bothered me.
Well, guys, let us know what your thoughts are when it comes to the latter part of the reunion. I know you guys have been asking for this, so comment down below. Let us know what your thoughts are. Hopefully you guys agreed or disagreed with us. We want to know what your thoughts are. Subscribe, click that button, and we will catch you guys soon for the Potomac reunion, which starts this Sunday. I can't wait for that. I can't wait for Nikki as well.
Same.
See you guys.